So, you want to be a Moogle, you want to run around as a Moogle, you want the Moogle wings, you want the Moogle glasses, you want the Moogle hat, you want Moogle skins for your guns, you want to throw a holographic Moogle to your enemies before you slay them. Well, this is the right video for you because we are going to be looking at how to efficiently farm data for Season 1 in Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier video. We're going to be looking at how to farm data efficiently here in Season 1. We've got till February, till the end of February, so there's no rush, but if you want to get it out of the way, here are some tips and some tricks. This is more of a visual guide for you guys. I've spent a lot of time putting this together, so hopefully you watch it all the way through, but if you want to skip to something in particular, I'm helping you out as always with the timestamps down below or just underneath the video. I think they're known as chapters sometimes now, so click away if you want to see something. But we are going to look at every single way that we can farm data in The First Soldier. So let's get to it. So I think when we talk about data, I think we need to get the most common out of the way, and that is we're going to be getting it out of secret boxes and enemies, full stop. That is going to be the main jux of this video. So what we're going to be seeing the most, but we're going to go into detail of other things that you may be able to get through these means. So with that being said, let's have a look at the secret box. This can be obtained in chests and containers. You can get it from enemies with the crowns next to their name. We'll go into detail with that in just a little bit. Also, you can get it from bosses. At the time of making this video, the only boss that is available is the Scorpion Sentinel. I have no idea if Cloud drops any secret boxes. That is something for you guys to let me know in the comment section below. So, you're probably wondering, what will you get from this secret box if you can get it? Well, you can get 2 in a game, and the things that will drop from this, of course, will be the sphere data, which is the top tier data. We have the cube data, which is it's kind of top tier, it's pretty rare. We've got the hepta data and the tri data. They're the data you can get, but other things that you can get from the secret box includes gil. This can range from as minimal as 20 gil to, I think the highest I've got so far is like 300 gil, but I might be wrong, it might be even higher, so again, use the comment section below to let the community know if you can get more gil. Also, you can get chocobo eggs to drop, so you can start your chocobo breeding process. And talking about chocobo breeding and just chocobos in general, all of the food will be dropping. That includes the curial root, the parsana fruit, the tanta plant, the cracker root, and the gashel greens. And then for breeding in particular, you got the nuts. We've got the pram nut, the lasan nut, the sahara nut, the luteal nut, and the pipio nut. There we have everything that drops from the secret box. I think this is something you'll pick up in every game. At the time of making this video, there is an increased drop rate for secret boxes. When this ends, you're probably just going to have to search more chests, containers, fight more enemies, etc. And while we're on this slide, I'll briefly talk about the Moogle Bell. Find it in similar ways to the secret box. This unlocks the Moogle Emporium at the end of a game, where there is always data. It ranges, and it costs a lot of gil for the sphere data. For the smaller datas, you might as well pick it up for anywhere between 50 to 200 gil for the smaller pieces, along with music, banners, and things for your chocobo. Let's move on to the enemies, and I think we're going to start off with the most common of enemies in the Hedgehog Pie. So the data that can drop from the Hedgehog Pies is the N data type 2 and the hepta data. But you'll tend to find these in groups of 3 and 4 all across the map. There is no chance that you're not going to see these during a game. These can be easily beaten with either melee or gun attacks, and these will drop gil, potions, and ammo. And within these groups, you'll probably notice it always happens with the Hedgehog Pies. There is one with the crown, and this is where we're going to go into a bit of details with the crown. So you can get additional gil from ones with the crown. You can get additional potions, additional ammo. For in particular with the Hedgehog Pie, it can drop or has an increased drop rate of the fire materia, and of course the secret box, which we've previously talked about. This is all I'm going to touch on with the crowns. You'll have a chance of finding all of the enemies with the crown. Usually the ones that are more rarer will always have the crown next to them. Other enemies like the Cerulean Drake, the Slug-Rays, and the bomb have a chance to have a crown next to it. This is what you can expect from that. So that is all we're going to be talking about on crowns. So let's move on to the next common enemy that you're probably going to come across, and that is the Slug-Ray. Not much information about these ones. From the Slug-Ray, you'll be finding the N data type 1s and 3s. And there's not much you need to know about the Slug-Rays. They're always going to be in groups of 2. It's very rare that you find them on their own or in trios. These can be easily beaten with melee or gun attacks, and they can drop gil, potions, and ammo. Moving on to the Monodrive. The Monodrives have chances to drop the N data type 3, the Tri-data, and the heptadata. So there is quite a bit of data to be farmed from the Monodrives, but these guys are always alone. They're pretty spread out across the map. If you approach them, they will alert nearby enemies. This is going to be a blessing and a curse. It's mostly a blessing because you get to see other enemies that are near your vicinity that you might want to farm. These can be took down with one melee hit. I usually jump and strike them with my sword as a warrior. And they can also drop gil, potions, and ammo, much like the other enemies. Let's move over to the bomb. Now the bomb will drop either the N data type 1s, the Tri-data, and a small chance to drop the cube data. So these I've found they're best killed with your chocobo. Chocobo kick, it usually has a pattern. With my chocobo, I go for 2 kicks. It usually hits me with flame. I will move out the way when it does flame because it locks into a certain direction. And then I finish it off with 3 or 4 more kicks before its next flame. And it's down. But there is a chance of it self-destructing. Obviously, if this is going to happen, you need to get out of the way fast. This will drop gil, potions, and ammo, and it can also drop fire materia. And if you are extra lucky, it will drop one of the rare weapons, being the bomb blaster, which essentially shoots bombs at your opponents. Next, we have the Cerulean Drakes, my most disliked enemy in the game, only because it surprises me with aero all of the time. But these have a chance of dropping the N data type 3s, the N data type 1s, and the heptadata. So these are best killed from a distance with guns. I have no problems if I tackle them from a distance. I don't try to melee them, I always fail. Now usually as you're dishing out damage, it will fall to the ground, and you'll be tempted to go towards it and hit it with some melee attacks while it's down. Don't do this because your HP will be drained. You just want to keep on plowing in that ammo into that Drake. You don't want to go near it whatsoever. And the Cerulean Drake can drop gil, potions, and ammo, and there is a small chance that it may drop the aero materia. Now we're moving on to some rarities here, and we're going to start off with the Tonberry. The Tonberry has a chance of dropping cube data, heptadata, and the N data type 2. Now, I don't know particular where they spawn. They usually spawn in well-known locations. I've seen them in familiar locations like the roof of Aerith's church, next to Aerith's house, in the sewers, at the train graveyard. There's always seems to be one in a primarily location somewhere, and obviously it rotates with each game you play. But they're usually garden chests, 2 or 3 chests, which is a bonus as well. If you want to get them secret boxes. But these can be defeated with melee, but if you do hit them with a melee, they usually disappear into a puff of smoke and they'll try and hit you. As long as you dodge roll or jump out of the way, you'll be able to avoid this quite easily. But if you do get hit, your HP will most likely be reduced to 1. And you don't want that, because if you keep continuing the melee attack and it hits you again, you're dead. And I have had many deaths with the Tonberry trying to come up with a good tactic. And one of the good tactics is that it's best defeated with gravity and then just going all out with gun attacks. So you throw your gravity on, hit it with gun attacks. You probably won't be able to get it all done in one kind of round of gravity. It may teleport towards you after the fact. Dodge roll out the way, gravity again, and then you should be able to finish it off. And this can drop gil, potions, and ammo. The Tonberry can also drop select accessories, as well as dropping a secret box will definitely help you out with getting data. Moving on to the next rarity, and that is the Cactuar. Now, these are very rare on the map, but they do have a chance of dropping the sphere data, the cube data, the heptadata, and the Tri-data. Essentially, all of the rarer datas can be dropped from a Cactuar. These are very rare across the map. I don't see any pattern in their spawning locations at the moment, but if I do, or if you guys do, please let us know in the comment section below. But these are best defeated with a melee combo. I usually down them with 2 melee combos, but once they are attacked, they will run away fast. So if you do kind of miss the second melee combo, You just want to finish it off with gun attacks and it should be down, no problem. It will drop a ton of gil, potions and ammo. It will drop some rare accessories. It will drop a secret box. There is a small chance it will also drop comic materia, and even rarer instances it will drop the summon materia of Shiva or Ifrit. So it's definitely worth take down a Cactuar if you see it. Now this next one, though it may not be as rare as the Tonberry and Cactuars, I believe this is the most essential enemy to farming data, and that is the Cutter. The Cutter has a chance to drop the sphere data, the cube data, the hepta data, and the tri data. Much like the Cactuar, it drops all the rare ones, but there are locations of this Cutter, and I have found them all over the map, and I want to display just a little picture here for you guys if you want to save this or screenshot it to see where all of the Cutters spawn on the map. This is where you want to go. I have found at least 3 in one go, so I assume that they spawn in 3s, but I found a run of 3 during a game. But you need to be efficient. You want to be going around on your motorcycle to these locations, and you probably want to be playing on standard as well, not ranked, if you are farming data. It's probably something I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I believe Cutters are essential, and that's why I have this mock-up map for you guys to follow. But let's talk about how to defeat these Cutters. Now, they are quite deadly, but they are best defeated with the combination of gravity and thunder. It's pretty self-explanatory. Throw gravity, ain't gonna move. Throw thunder, it's its weakness. And then you want to go all out with your gun. Hopefully you've got like a light machine gun to plow loads of ammo in, and it's easily defeated. If there happens to be a chance where it attacks, you want to avoid it at all costs, especially if it's shooting discs. It shoots at least 5 discs at you. You can just dodge roll. You can just walk out of the way. As long as you kind of walk in one direction constantly, you're avoiding it. But obviously you want to be on your toes just in case if there's other players about. But this will drop gil, potions and ammo. Again, it will drop accessories. It has a chance of dropping the comet materia, which I only recently discovered on my latest run. I didn't know it dropped the comet materia, but when it did, I was like, okay, I'm down with these Cutters now. And it could drop the secret box, and if you are very lucky, it will drop the buzzsaw launcher, which is another unique weapon in the game, and this essentially shoots the buzzsaws. It's a nice little gun to have. Because a lot of players don't know how to react when you're shooting at them with it. So again, I can't stress enough, the Cutter is the most efficient enemy for data farming. Hopefully they won't be nerfed on what they drop and how they spawn or where they spawn, but with the map and all this information at hand, I'm hoping that this will help. But moving on to last but not least, the Scorpion Sentinel. Now of course, the Scorpion Sentinel is a boss enemy that appears in the game, and the data that this can drop is the sphere data, cube data, the hepta data, and the tri data. So again, all those rare datas the Scorpion can drop. You do need to get that finishing shot for that to trigger, which can be a pain sometimes, but it is what it is. But essentially, the Scorpion Sentinel can be spawned with blanket orders. It is best damaged with thunder. Throw thunder on it, it's its weakness, it'll chip its health down. You want to take cover and just shoot it with gun attacks. There's always somewhere to take cover wherever it spawns, be it a building or trains. This is probably an obvious one, but you want to watch out for crossfire from other players, because you are not going to be the only one that's going to be going for this, because this appears on everyone's blanket order to attack and find. So you ain't going to be the only one there, so just make sure that you're in a good place to dish out some damage. Like all enemies, this can drop gil, potions and ammo, it can drop accessories, it can drop the secret box, it can drop the comet materia, it can drop summon materia, be it Shiva or Ifrit, and it can drop the third and final unique weapon in the game, the Pole Star. A weapon that I've not had the pleasure of finding, but I've heard that it is quite a beast of a shotgun. So if you happen to pick that up, let us know in the comment section below how it feels in game. And that about wraps it up, guys. That is everything in a nutshell of farming data. The most efficient ways, again, it's secret boxes and enemies. I just wanted to go into a little bit of detail with those. So if you guys are wanting to farm for other things here and there in between, you want to play casually, you want to play on standard matches, you don't want to be doing this in ranked. Though it doesn't stop you if you come across a Cutter in a ranked game to take that Cutter down, because you've got the opportunity to get the materia, the weapons and the accessories and everything in between. But if you strictly want to farm for data, these are the enemies you want to be approaching. Go back, look through all the slides, and then just kind of go for it. We've got till the end of February. I don't know if this is going to be similar for Season 2. If it's different for Season 2, I'm going to obviously make another video, but this is strictly for Season 1. If you come into this video this time next year, unlucky, you missed out on the Moogle costume. They'll probably sell it in the shop right now. But that being said, I hope this helps out, and I really would appreciate a like and a subscription if you are new to the channel. Put a lot of effort into it. This is probably a visual style I'm going to go for going forward when it comes to information that I can present in a more visual pleasing way, so you don't have to see my ugly mug for the majority of the video. So there we go. That's everything in a nutshell for you guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.